not shame on you, you broke my heart. Shame on me, you broke my heart. I saw you, and I saw red flags. I don't think I could ever commit. I don't think I could ever commit to something permanent. Oh, wow, this is gonna be made into a big deal. Oh, this is gonna be in the news for the next 6 months. I don't feel like I'm normal because, if somebody like messes up and they're my age and they're like in college or something and they make a mistake, they're like, oh, I'm not gonna do that again. Hope it doesn't end up on Facebook or something. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is gonna be made into a big deal. Oh, this is gonna be in the news for the next 6 months. If I make a mistake, it's got huge repercussions that are very public. And so that's not normal, and it's not normal to have people like waiting outside your apartment with cameras, and it's not normal to like worry about the things that I worry about, but you still feel the same normal emotions, and I go to the same places I used to before. I don't stay in or only go to places that have back entrances and weird stuff like that. I try to live my life in a normal way, knowing that the circumstances around it are not normal. I think one thing I would pass on to my kids or my friends or anyone who asks for advice, I think I would say, grow up 1 year at a time. That's something I'm so glad I did. I had a weird, weird circumstances around my life and like a magnifying glass on everything I do, but still from 16 to 22, I feel like I've been those ages every year. I've been 16 when I was 16, 18 when I was 18, 20 when I was 20, figuring things out, not needing to like be 25 that whole time. I think it's important to get excited about things that you're excited about and live life 1 year at a time. I am alone a lot, which is good. I need that time to just be alone and after a long day, just decompress. And so I go to either my house or the hotel or my apartment or whatever, wherever I am. I go home and I watch TV and I sit there with like my cat and I just watch TV or go online, check my emails. It's just like, it's nice to just like light a candle next to your bed and like no one's around. I have written lyrics on my arm for the last tour, and it was really a fun thing to do because, it could be a song I'd never heard before. It could be a song that somebody just said, oh, here, like, I really like this one line in this one song, like in the dressing room before I'd go on, and I just write it on my arm. For me, that, people are always asking, like, would you ever get a tattoo? And I just, like, I don't think I could ever commit. I don't think I could ever commit to something permanent. So I think no, I couldn't. If I was gonna get something, it would be a 13, but I just, like, I don't want to get a tattoo. I think that for me, kind of the boldest song on the record is a song called I Knew You Were Trouble. And it's bold sonically because it sounds like that chaotic feeling of just feeling like you got tricked. And I think that it talks about that feeling of like, not shame on you, you broke my heart. Shame on me, you broke my heart. I saw you, and I saw red flags. So it's kind of an emotion I hadn't dealt with before. I think new things that I've learned about myself since Speak Now are that love has no rules, and it's really just about treating people the right way or the wrong way. And if you treat people the right way, it's gonna go this way. If you treat people the wrong way, it's gonna go this way. And I think that those are the only rules. And, other than that, it's just this crazy, unpredictable thing. You can never, ever figure out where you're gonna end up, who you're gonna end up with, who's gonna end up being a good guy, who's gonna end up being a bad guy. It's like just this free-for-all of just like chaotic feelings. I wrote Treacherous with Dan Wilson, and we came up with, a way to say, this is dangerous, and I realize that I might get hurt if I go through with this, if I move forward with you, but I want to, and it's like that kind of conflicted feeling of it being a risk every time you fall in love, and especially with certain types of people. So I think that was a song that I'm really proud of because it's got this bridge that sounds like a second chorus. It's got all these big vocals, and it's kind of the intensity of that moment when you're deciding to let yourself fall in love with someone. 13 has always been my lucky number, so I'm very excited about 2013 coming up. In 2013, I really hope to go on tour and have it be wonderful. I really want it to be something that entertains people and has them leaving the arena or the stadium going, that was worth the money we spent for the ticket, that was worth waiting in line and parking the car and filing into the arena, that was worth it, you know? I think for me, this album is so interesting because it's difficult to pick a song that's closest to me, because every one of these songs is a snapshot of a very different time in my life, you know? Like, you know, you go track by track and this one's about like extreme sadness, and this one's about like extreme frustration, this one's about like hope, and this one's about, you know, like, you know, seeing someone falling in love for the first time. And I think that in order to pick one that would, to me, define the rest of the record, it would probably be the song State of Grace, because it has a line in the song that says, "Love is a ruthless game unless you play it good and right." And that sets the tone for the entire rest of the record, that one lyric.